Good afternoon, everybody. Pigskin Pete here. Happy Monday to everybody. So I was just on my way home in my car, and I was listening to ESPNU radio, and they came through with the breaking news, which I don't know why it's so breaking, because I called it, that Kyler Murray has officially announced that he wants to be a full-time NFL quarterback, and he's going to spend the rest of his time focusing on doing that. So what this means is he's giving the big middle finger to the Oakland Athletics. Now, I called this. Well, I'm not going to say I called it, but I pretty much called it. And people don't agree with this. There's a lot of people out there, including professional analysts and professional athletes, that have been saying that he needs to focus on baseball. He needs to focus on baseball. And they don't think that his size translates well to the NFL. Now, he certainly has the skill set. He's an accurate passer. He's got a big arm. He's extremely athletic. And, of course, I think if he's able to run that Oklahoma offense, he's definitely smart enough to read defenses in the NFL and do things from a schematic type of standpoint. I tend to disagree with most critics that his size is that big of an issue. Now, I understand where people are coming from. Okay, this isn't one of those situations like I had last year with the Baker Mayfield thing, where there's a lot of people that said Baker Mayfield would not translate to the NFL. He was Johnny Manziel 2.0 and this and that. I was pretty much sure that Baker Mayfield was going to be a sure thing as far as a viable NFL starter. Now, I'm not as sure about Kyler Murray as I was about Baker Mayfield. But I don't think that his size is as big of a deal as people think it is. Now, I realize in the past, in the very recent past, just as much as maybe 5 or 10 years ago, somebody of his size probably did not translate well to the NFL. But the NFL is changing, and people are starting to realize that the NFL is changing. And they're changing. A lot of these offenses that are running the NFL are very college-like, or at least have very college-like aspects to them. So I do think in the right situation, to the right team, with the right coach and coordinator, which is the key here to this whole thing, that Kyler Murray does have a shot to be an NFL starter. Now, I'm not putting my reputation on the line or my name on the line and saying, oh, this guy's going to he's going to kill it. He's a future Hall of Famer. I'm not doing that. All right. I'm not even as confident about him, like I said, as I was about Baker Mayfield, which I was right about Baker Mayfield. But anyway, this is a totally different ball game. Kyler Murray's not Baker Mayfield. I get that. But here's the reason why I think, and this was my theory, and now I think my theory's proven to be correct here. Of why Kyler Murray was going to forego baseball and try to be an NFL quarterback. Number one, there's a big difference between being just another outfielder in Major League Baseball and being one of the 32 starting quarterbacks in the NFL, as far as money in the long term and fame. Listen, I couldn't name 5 center fielders in Major League Baseball. Now, I realize that there's huge, big-time baseball fans out there that could name one from every team. Good for you. But even if you're not an NFL fan, even if you're not a diehard NFL watcher, you probably pretty much know every single starting quarterback in the NFL. They're superstars. They're one of the 32 most famous athletes in all of the world, quite frankly. And so these guys have an ego. Does Kyler Murray just want to be another guy on a baseball team, or does he want to be one of the 32 most famous athletes in the world? That's the difference between baseball and football. Now, you might say, well, all that doesn't matter if he doesn't make it in the NFL. Well, if he doesn't make it in the NFL, there is still a chance that he could then go pursue baseball. Now, he won't get the kind of money or the kind of opportunity right now, right off the bat, at a later date than he does right now and right off the bat. Okay, he'll have to work his way up through the minors for sure, which he might have to do that anyway if he chose baseball now. But it'll be a harder road to baseball than if he went now, but it still can be done. Now, here's the difference. If he goes to baseball now and doesn't make it, or decides he doesn't like it, and then decides, well, I'm going to go try to play football now, good luck. That ain't happening. So if he wants to pursue his dream of being an NFL starter for any amount of time, this is the time he's got to do it. So I don't fault him for doing it. I wish him nothing but the best. Now, that's the other part of this, because I've made a couple of Kyler Murray videos ever since he announced that he was going to enter the draft. I don't know how long ago, that was like a month ago or something. And I made a couple of videos about it. So if you haven't seen those videos, you can go watch those. I'm sure they're coming up on your suggested feeds based on the Kyler Murray title in this video. But look, I got a ton of comments. I realized that Kyler Murray does not have the best image. There's a lot of people out there that don't like Kyler Murray. They think he's a pompous jerk. They think he's got an attitude problem. Of course, that interview that he did with Dan Patrick, where he didn't answer anything, and everyone's like, why is this guy going all over media just to not answer anything? So he has an image problem a little bit, and people come on my channel, and clearly they're like Texas fans or people that just don't like Oklahoma or don't like Kyler Murray, and they're yapping about how much of a jerk he is, you know. And look, that's fine. Nobody ever said you had to be a nice guy that everyone liked to be a great athlete. There's been plenty of world-class athletes that have been world-class jerks in every single major sport. So I don't think that has anything to do with anything. But hey, if you hate Kyler Murray and you want to see him fail, good for you. I don't like to see anybody fail. I really don't. I mean, even as much as I don't like the Gamecocks, people like Deebo Samuel, I mean, I wish him nothing but the best and success. So, you know, sometimes you just got to put this hate for other teams you know, in the basket. I don't wish ill will on any of these guys. I mean, these guys got to make a living, and they've been playing sports their whole life. And if this is what this guy really wants to do, then more power to him. And I wish him nothing but the best. Anyway, I told you so. Have a great day. Pigskin Pete checking out.